Catalonians have just voted to separate from Spain and start their own country, but it's probably not going to happen. More than 2 million people in the historic region of northeast Spain and its capital Barcelona turned up to vote over the weekend despite facing possible arrests, tear gas and rubber bullets. The Spanish government tried everything in its power to stop it. The Constitutional Court said the vote was illegal. The Prime Minister, Mariano Rajoy, pleaded with Catalans to cancel the whole thing. And when that didn't work, he sent in the riot squad, cracking down on voters, confiscating ballot boxes and shutting down hundreds of polling stations. But it didn't faze them. Over 40% of registered voters turned up, with 90% voting to leave the Spanish monarchy. Catalan's regional leader, Carles Puigdemont, accused the government of unjustified, disproportionate and irresponsible violence. That actually helped to clarify all the doubts the Catalans had about wanting independence. But Mariano Rajoy was having none of it. He says there was no referendum, and the vote was a mockery of the very essence of democracy. Even the Spanish king made a rare televised speech, accusing the Catalan leaders of irresponsible behavior and disloyalty towards the powers of the state. So what does that all mean now? The Catalan leader says he will declare independence within days, but just how that will happen is unclear. The only real way for Catalonia to become a republic is by being recognized by the international community. And so far, no other state has said it's ready to do that. There's also confusion around just how representative the results actually are, since most of those against secession were unlikely to come out to vote amid the crackdown. And while most wanted the referendum to happen, opinion polls suggest only about 40% of Catalans wanted to secede. Yesterday, hundreds of thousands took to the streets to protest the violent actions of the police over the weekend. And the Catalan leaders are now calling for international mediation. But it doesn't seem likely the Spanish government is backing down and will try and stop secession at any cost. It also has the power to sack the Catalan leadership and hold elections to replace Carles Puigdemont, all of which could escalate both the protests and the crackdowns. What is clear is that this vote will embolden other groups thinking about seceding, like the Scottish who want a second referendum on leaving the UK, the English-speaking Cameroonians who want to separate from the French-speaking state, and the semi-autonomous Kurdish region in northern Iraq, who last week voted in support of independence despite international pressure. All of these groups will now be watching the events unfolding in Spain to see just how the Catalonians plan on getting their independence now they've voted for it.